and then it's our job to give you the plays to stop whatever your opponent's running.
And you can bait, too. Like, you can run two-man all game, and he thinks he's got corners and C routes all day, and then you switch it up and run that, and bam, pick. So that's the run-pass counter system. We might as well use this opportunity to get into a very hot topic, which is, I'm going to pause it right here so I can prep this, if you want to give us the shot back.
It's going to be intense.
So, a little State of the Union, then. As most of you know who follow me on Twitter, we've had a little bit of a holy war against nano blitzes. And my definition of a nano blitz is when somebody uses pre-play setups to create bugs in the offensive line that allows defensive linemen to come through. It's especially egregious when you run A-gap versions of that because the person basically has no time to get the pass off. And it's not fun to have to spend a whole game sliding and scheming to take away somebody's nano blitz. My feeling is that it dominated the competitive scene to such a degree that something had to be done. Now, we can go the other direction, which is wait for you guys to find the nanos and the YouTube videos to go up and then spend months and months and months of time fixing them, patching them, fixing them, patching them. But what you all need to understand is that takes away from feature development. There's awesome features we could be building that's being spent fixing nanos and glitches because it's a bad look. When an executive at EA comes to me after the EA Madden challenge and says, what was with those defenders flying through the A-gap and getting sack after sack after sack, I have to have an answer for that, right? It's my responsibility. So what we decided to do instead of patch all year long and comb YouTube for the new blitzes is we decided to implement a system we call the Nano Detection System. And basically at a high level what it does is it monitors the setups and what you're doing in pre-play and your positioning, and if it detects that what you're doing is equaling the setup for a nano, it will force your player to play an animation where he reacts to not getting blocked by expecting a cut or kind of playing the screen, and it basically stops him in the A-gap. So with that, I will let Will talk specifics, but if you all want to flame me on Twitter, now's the time. But what I would hope is that those people who depended on these things to run their defense will adapt, and you will now start using football concepts and strategy to win instead of like some 20-step glitch. So with that, Will, take it away.
Okay, so just to give some more context to this whole new nano system that we're putting in, we were looking at feedback online, so just on top of everything you were just talking about, Rex, we saw that a lot of users, there was one poll in particular, there were hundreds of people voting, and over 60% of our players felt that these nano blitzes are a cheat and an exploit and shouldn't be in the game. So that's just another reason we decided to put this in this year. But to get more technical, because I know a lot of you guys out there are probably wondering, okay, this system's in, now how do I generate pressure? Well, outside of the stock blitzes that we've been going over a little bit here so far, there's a lot of other ways you can still generate pressure. So a couple of things to keep in mind when you're labbing up a blitz. Anything that's not in the A or the B gap is not going to be detected by this new system. So any edge heat, any edge blitzes that you have, those are still going to come in clean, and you're not going to have to worry about hitting this. If the number of guys that you're rushing outnumbers the players blocking for the offense, then this also can't hit. So we have numerous stopgaps, if you will, to make sure that if you're just someone playing Madden for fun, you should never see this occurring. This is just for our hardcore guys that I would think, maybe RG, you can back me up on this, for the past decade have been using tactics like this, and I think overall it's just going to help the game's balance.
Yeah, I mean, I think I put my trust in Clint Oldenburg. If he has a system that's detecting and saying that there's undesired heat that the designer of blocking doesn't want in the game, the way he addresses that is up to him, and I think he does have a solution, and like Rex says, hopefully that solution just opens up a lot more time for us to fix things and make better features. That's what's most important. These poor engineers, Rex, all of us, we're here super late throughout, even after the game launches, and spending a lot of time trying to fix these mic scrapes and these dollar blitzes and these turbos blitzes, and that's just a lot of time that could be spent doing other productive things for the game. So I trust in Clint. I'm willing to give it a shot, and to be honest, I haven't even, when I've watched people play, and I've watched high level people play the game right now, and they're playing organically, I haven't seen a trigger yet. So ideally, as long as you're not trying to do anything too scum and you're not being a dirtbag, you shouldn't see it at all. You know what I mean? So
Don't be a dirtbag. Nobody likes a dirtbag.
Nobody likes the dirtbag. So I think it'll be work out. We'll be monitoring it, making sure it doesn't become a pain point. As long as it doesn't become a pain point, I think it'll be really good for the game of Madden and let us focus on a lot higher
I
priorities.
hope you guys agree. I know it's a big change. It'll be slightly polarizing, but I think in time you will all agree that this is for the best move for the franchise, the best move for the community, and the best move for competitive Madden. Instead of going with glitches, build a strategy, build a scheme. All right, with that said, I want to move on to the next feature. I'm going to let RG and Will take this one. It is called Auto Flip.